Hey guys, welcome to Night Owls. Sacha, it has been like forever.
It has.
And in fact, I forgot how to stream. How did we stream? How did we do this? I've still been busy on my daily videos Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday for public. Friday, I always do a video just for my Substack people. And I could get a little bit more in depth there. So, guys, thank you for being here. Sasha said, we should do this again, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, we were gonna do it last week, but then you got sick.
I've been sick for a week, and that's I just finally felt better today. I've had a stomach virus or something, and I just been not eating, and just how you get when you get sick to the stomach and chilled the whole bit, sleeping a lot. So I finally feel better now. Yeah, we were going to do it. It was actually last Sunday when I first started to get sick, because during the day I was feeling okay, and Sacha was talking about it. I was like, man, I just feel sick. But I feel better now, so that's good. Although it's winter has arrived, Sacha. It's below freezing right now.
It's cold.
So that's where we are. All right. I just thought before we start the show, just remind people, if you want to give a question, we really appreciate it. We have a couple of ways to do it. One is SuperChats on YouTube, Powerchats, you see the link below, and on Rumble. Haven't been on Rumble a while, and they have Rants. Let me make sure. Once I had trouble with Rumble, I had to manually start it, but it looks like it's got fixed. So, okay. Good. And I should be good. I wonder if I'm up on X now too. Hopefully that's going up here.
I can check.
And just see if that's all working here. So yeah, we are.
Oh, good.
So welcome, guys. We could just get right in the show. And Sacha, I guess the big news happened a couple hours ago. The government is back open. The senators, they came to an agreement to keep the government open at least through January, the end of January. It's called a continuing resolution. And a couple of concessions. Remember in Doge, all those people that Trump fired? They're bringing them all back. That's part of the So it was just all a waste of time.
I'm glad it's open because I want to be able to travel next month, and I've been really sweating the last week because it kept shutting down, and I kept hearing, they're going to open it up, and then it didn't open, and now we're closing airlines or TSA, and they're all understaffed. I'm like, great, I'm not going to get to go anywhere next month. So thankfully this is done. Yeah, this whole year, it seems like it's been kind of a shit show politically.
Yeah, as someone wrote on X and I responded to her, I don't know who it was, but it kind of summarized my feelings. I do not regret voting for Trump. Kamala would have been a disaster.
Oh, she would have been even worse.
So I don't regret it, but I've been very disappointed with Trump his first year.
Right. He started out good.
He started out good. He's going to get out of all these wars, not get out of Ukraine, not mess with Israel. And we've already fought with Iran once, and he keeps.
Well, and then talk of Venezuela, and I've heard Nigeria. Is that on?
Yes, it is. You can turn it up if you want.
I'll just put it closer to us.
Yeah, turn it up. It's kind of cold. We got a space heater in there.
Yeah, this house is cold, and we don't really turn the heat on, so you have to wear winter clothes. That's a good way to save on the heating bill too.
Yeah, my heaters really my furnace needs to be replaced.
But if they want an arm and a leg to replace it, and I said, screw that, let's just use space heaters.
You can just turn the side one to go up higher if you want.
That's fine.
Right there on the left. Right here, turn that up if you want to get higher.
It's already turned up.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's fine.
There you go. So anyway, that was part of the government deal, and the big thing that was a roadblock with the ACA Act, the Affordable Care Act, they had to do with subsidies, and they decided just to punt the ball on that. They're going to vote in December what to do with that. So who knows? Maybe in January there'll be another shutdown after the end of January.
Good, my vacation's over then. So
yeah, it probably. And they're going to fund all the SNAP for next year. That's guaranteed.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Look, I know there's lots of fraud with that. I've known people when I was younger that would get that and they would sell food to people. So there's a lot of fraud in that, but you can't take people's food stamps away and then give money to all these foreign countries. The same with healthcare.
Right.
It's like, I know there's a lot of problems with Obamacare, but it is a way, if you lose your job, you can buy insurance, because Medicaid, to get on that, you have to be pretty broke. Like, I know somebody that was on that. And I think in Arkansas, it's like, I think you can't have more than $2,000 in the bank. You can't own anything really. And you have to be at the poverty line to get that. So if you're kind of in the middle, which most people are, that aren't super rich, they're not poor, like working poor people or middle class. If you don't get it through your job, and you kind of need it nowadays because it's so expensive and you just never know when something will happen. A friend of mine recently found out he has cancer.
Right.
And it's like, you just don't know. And he's kind of in that boat. And so I kind of understand, because a lot of jobs don't even offer insurance now.
No, they don't.
Expensive.
And the Affordable Care Act, I think that was really worried a lot of people to lose their subsidies next year.
Well, they did, because the prices were going to go up, I think, 70%. Right. The thing is, if they want to fix all the healthcare, they need to get to the root of the problem. Because just giving, I don't know, this whole thing that Trump and them are saying, like, we'll give it just to the people, you're still going to have to buy some kind of insurance or health savings account. It's still going to be expensive. So I don't know. And are they going to take away the pre-existing conditions? Because most people have something wrong with them. If you're over the age of 40, you probably have something wrong. Like, everybody I know has something, it seems like.
Well, I think Trump, after the election, and we'll talk about that in New York City, I think he really started to panic, and he's just throwing everything out there, testing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because just recently he threw out some good ideas, some bad ideas. One idea he threw out was, instead of the subsidy that you get to buy insurance at the marketplace, you as a consumer will get that money directly in like a health savings plan. And then you could choose whatever insurance company you want. You don't have to go through the marketplace. And I'd have to see more details about that. But on the principle, that actually sounds like a good idea to me. Now, the only trouble I have with this with Trump, and this goes back to some of my disappointment with Trump, I just think he just pulled this out of his ass.
I do too.
Because he's been talking since 2016 about Obamacare is shitty, it's too expensive, and partly he's not wrong, but see, as you brought up, there's two parts of the healthcare costs. A lot of people blame their insurance companies, and believe me, I love to hate on the insurance companies.
Me too, but
as you said, a lot of it is the healthcare industry so damn expensive.
Right, and they know if you have insurance, they can charge the insurance company more.
Right.
Because I know people have said, well, if you can pay cash, sometimes they don't want you to pay cash, or it doesn't. I mean, sometimes it can be cheaper, but most of the time it's crazy expensive if you have to have anything done. Because I had to have surgery last year, and with insurance, it was $8,000. And they won't even let you make payments unless you get on some kind of credit card most of the time.
Right.
Like back years ago, like 20 years ago, you could just make so much a month. Well, you can. I'm sorry, take that back. You can make payments, but the payments are crazy. Like, if I was going to make payments, it would have been like $800 a month. Most people can't afford that. You can afford maybe $100 a month, $50 a month, $700, $800 a month. And this is after insurance, and they always want that money right then and there. Usually, you have to pay at least part of it before they'll even do the surgery.
The point with Trump, though, he's been talking about this since 2016, like Obamacare or ACA is horrible, but don't worry, I got a better plan that's going to be a lot more affordable and a lot better. And I retweeted something, someone did the whole history of that. He's never developed anything.
No.
It's always been, just another month, next week. I mean, it goes back for 10 years now. And I think he's had plenty of time. And he's not really focused on that. He's focused on more bullshit with Israel and everything.
I saw
else.
something on X, and it showed how much money he got from like the AIPAC and all those donors.
Well, not only AIPAC, but that Jewish woman Adelson.
Yeah, that's why do you think he's doing all that shit? Because even though we're the ones that, like, the America First people voted for him, it seems like we didn't donate as much to his campaign. So he's doing what his buddies in the Middle East or their allies want. So that means getting in these shitty wars and bombing people. And I mean, why can't we just cut Ukraine off too? Like, sorry. I mean, why do we have to give you money when people here are suffering and people can't pay their bills? That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
And most people agree with us. It's not many people that are like, yeah, why are we giving our money? No, we should be giving our money to Ukraine. No, people don't think that way.
No, they don't. And to be fair, officially, he's cut off Ukraine, but not really.
Oh, he has?
Well, what he does, he says that we're not going to give them weapons. They have to buy weapons, or Europe has to buy weapons from NATO. And so NATO can buy the weapons from the United States to give to Ukraine. But NATO, we're part of NATO, and we fund 70% of NATO.
Yeah, so we're still paying for it.
We're paying for like 70% of the weapons. It's you know.
This isn't a bathrobe, by the way. Somebody said they like my bathrobe. It's a pullover or a jacket.
Is it a strawberry shortcake?
It is. I just got it. They're doing early Black Friday at all these stores. Not to get too off topic, but I'm thinking, well, what's going to happen on Black Friday then?
What do you mean?
I mean, are they going to have sales still? I guess they will, but everybody's doing like early sales.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking it's just everything's going to be on sale for the next couple of weeks.
Hey, we got a super chat, and this is DKK. I looked it up. This is a currency in Greenland or Iceland. So whatever happened? We were supposed to take over Greenland. Remember that?
Oh, that was just a pipe dream.
And what about us taking over Canada? That kind of went away.
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
Trump has like ADD. He's kind of like our dog Benji. He gets on one thing and gets easily distracted. He's on to something.
We have
else.
a dog. He just gets good in one way, but you can easily distract him and he just forgets.
Yeah.
I'm kind of that way too, but yeah. He said anyway, according to the Jimmy Dore, the U.S. taxpayers have sent $3,000 billion to Israel since 1976. Yeah, it's
that's crazy.
It is crazy, and it's ridiculous. We should treat Israel like any other foreign country, but because of the various lobbies like AIPAC and very powerful Jewish donors like Adelson, and then even the Christian Zionists, it's a trifecta that creates we put Israel first. But Sacha, I'm really seeing a lot of pushback on that recently, more in my whole life. I've never seen the pushback that I've seen now.
Oh, it's crazy. It's almost like the floodgates have been opened. And it's nice to see. I enjoy seeing it. Like Ben Shapiro, that guy, he's just a joke now.
Well, who's that fat Israeli Jew that's a congressman? Fine, Randy.
Oh, Fine. Yeah, Randy Fine.
He's just straight out. It calls for like a genocide of the Palestinians.
Yeah, I know. They showed a dead baby and he laughed about it or something. Or put like LOL.
Yeah, what the Israel has done there, and even it's not me, it's the United Nations went there and they said, yeah, they are committing genocide. It's just really crazy stuff. And they're raping female prisoners. And the Jewish lobby and the Christian Zionists, they're all fine with it.
Yeah. So. I know Christian Zionists. We live in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Sadly, there's a lot of them. One of my best friends, if he's watching.
And this is a propaganda. This is what they're doing. And it's
it's not our business.
No, we don't need to be funding that. And
we shouldn't be funding people that are murdering children.
No. And that's got a lot of the people upset. But then also just within, I don't know, like the ADL, they just came out, they're going to double down on censoring because unfortunately, I don't know how we got in this point in this country, but most of the political censorship now is done by Jewish groups.
Well, it is.
The ADL,
they're trying to shut Tucker down.
Yeah.
That's been the big news all week is the whole like Tucker thing because Tucker interviewed Nick Fuentes and then Ben Shapiro got mad about it and cried about it and made a video calling Tucker anti-Semitic. Even though I watched the video, he actually got on to Nick and said, no, you shouldn't do this as a Christian. We shouldn't think of people as like a collective or, you know, you guys probably saw it. And so Shapiro just straight up lied. And then he went on he went on Megyn Kelly's live show the day after Tucker went on because she talked to both of them. And then he lied too about, and I'm not like a fan of Candace Owens, but she never said that she thought Erica Kirk had Charlie killed. And he just went on stage and made that shit up. Mm-hmm. And it makes me wonder how many more people believe the bullshit they say. Because years ago, I used to listen to Ben Shapiro. And years ago, because he would be, you know, he'd be going on certain things. But I remember he said, oh, Jared Taylor's just this evil man and all this stuff. And then he was on, somebody interviewed him. And I listened to it and I was like, wait a minute. Like, this guy is not what he made him out to be at all. And then I don't care about the branding of America, and I don't care about jobs being sent over. And I was just like, screw this guy. And it becomes really obvious that he's not on our side. He's on the side of his ethno state, and that's all he gives a shit about. I'm pretty sure he said something similar to like, oh, I'm invested in America as long as they protect Israel. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
He said so many statements.
And to say Ron Paul is an anti-Semite, it's like, come on.
I remember that years ago, vicious anti-Semite, Ron Paul, because he wanted to cut off all foreign aid. First of all, anti-Semite and racist, as I brought up, those are anti-white terms. We shouldn't use them because it is stupid. Who cares if you don't like Jews? Who cares if you don't like us, if you prefer your race over other races? That's your personal preference. And they never do it the other way around. It's just an attack on white people. So blacks can have their clubs, they can promote their people, and that's not considered racist because it's just for white people. And the same with anti-Semitism. Like, what's the equivalent of them attacking us, censoring us, trying to shut us down? Yeah, we don't have the term anti-Goyist, or even we don't have that term. So I don't buy into their language at all. Their language is anti-white.
Well, so many of them say that shit, though. They just make up stuff. And I know people, too, that say that they're like, oh, Tucker's an anti-Semite and all this. It's like, no, like, you're just lying. They're lying about everything.
Well, even if he was, I wouldn't care.
Well, I don't either.
He isn't, but like, I don't really care.
I don't either, but they shouldn't lie.
It's just ridiculous because and it's a way to cower people. And that's why they put so much stock into the Holocaust, because they want you to feel like, oh, if you criticize us, that could lead to another Holocaust.
Right.
So you got to agree with everything.
But they don't care to have their groups criticize or shit on whites.
No.
Day and night. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
And write books about white privilege and your whiteness.
Not only that, they write books about eliminating white people.
Yeah, I know. So isn't that causing more violence towards white people?
Right.
Well, and that's another thing. When Charlie Kirk died, they all were like, oh, the media is calling people Nazis and you shouldn't do that because that could lead to more of this, right? And so what do? They start calling everybody that disagrees with them Nazis, like Tucker and Candace Owens, people that aren't anti-Semites or they're not Nazis. They just don't want to give money to Israel or get involved in their wars. So that anymore is, they've changed the definition of all those words to mean that if you don't go along with them.
Hey, we got $10. No comment from Carrie.
Thank you.
Carrie Cox. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Oh, she mentioned in the chat the Panama Canal. That was another Trump thing
that was it too. Yeah, that was just a strange. And I think Trump is upset. Oh, that's another thing. So he was just throwing things out. One of the things he threw out was he's going to give everyone $2,000.
Why?
Because of all the money coming in from the tariffs, he said.
Shouldn't we pay that towards the debt?
You would think. I mean,
if that's the big problem, what was the point of Doge? And I don't think Trump knows what he's.
Well, then his secretary today bested. So, well, we're not really going to give you a check, maybe a tax.
Yeah, wouldn't that just make things worse?
Well,
wouldn't there be more inflation?
Yeah,
sure. So what the fuck?
We don't have the money.
Enough inflation.
We're already in a huge deficit, so it is crazy. I think he's upset because the Supreme Court's going to rule that he can't just put all these tariffs on because the Constitution says you have to go through Congress.
Right.
So
So shouldn't you even more not want to give people $2,000? I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be nice to have $2,000, but not if the cost of everything's going to go up.
Well, it's like
kind of like during
stimulus
COVID.
check. Yeah, remember that? Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Things have like doubled, it seems like, since then. Now for two people to go out to eat, it's almost at least $30. If you go somewhere, you sit down, and even fast food's more than $20. Well, just about everywhere. And it didn't used to be that much. When I met you, I want to say it was like $15 if we wanted to go out, just two of us to eat.
Right.
And now it's like 30.
I know. Yeah. And we don't eat fancy, believe us. We go to a little diner near us, and it's like, yeah. Well,
even buying groceries is crazy. I went to Walmart last Thursday, and I got groceries, and I didn't get very much. And I only bought one thing. Well, I bought spray paint, a couple wax melts, and like this Christmas picture that was $23. So I spent maybe like $40 that wasn't on groceries. It was $110.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that many groceries, but yeah, everything's expensive.
Well, that's one of the things that I hope JD Vance I think JD Vance understand this. Hopefully he was talking to Trump. And I think Trump has got a rude awakening that he thought he was extremely popular, and he's really lost a lot of his base. You know, he could win it back, but the whole foreign affairs obsession and Some of it was just unseemly. Like he wanted to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
I know, and it's like, do you want to do that for your ego or because you really want to
even if you wanted it, you would say you'd have enough dignity to say something like, I was president. Even if I wanted it, I would say something, hey, I don't really care about the Peace Prize. I care about getting peace so we save lives. I don't care about it, at this stage about, president of the United States, what do you care about an award? But, and then, as you said, he just was back and forth on Ukraine, which Zelensky's a little liar, and he's convinced Trump that he was winning. And now we're seeing this. He was lied to. The president was lied to. But his whole focus overseas now, and then he has this over in the golden net gauge where inflation's down, everything's more affordable, the economy's good, everything's great. But the problem is that's not the average person sees that, especially a lot of young people. What I've been hearing, we're fortunate in our situation, we have a home, but most young people, they can no longer afford homes.
No.
And so Trump now is in a panic. He goes, I know what to do. We'll have a 50-year mortgage. That would mean at a $500,000 house, you end up paying $2 million for it because $1.5 million for interest.
So you're going to have a mortgage then till you die probably, or till you can't work anymore. And the thing that is,
it's like renting.
Yeah. And so the thing now is like, at least if you pay off your mortgage in 30 years, 20 years, whatever it is, when you're older, you won't have to have a house payment because, retirement doesn't pay for a lot.
Well, I think that'd make the bankers happy, get all that interest usury.
But who wants to pay mortgage till they're like in their 70s?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? That would mean a lot of people wouldn't be able to afford to retire either.
And it just increased the price of homes.
Yeah.
The problem is we have too many of these people in this country that need to be moved out.
Well, why do they keep bringing people in? I don't fucking get it. It drives me crazy. We have enough people. And if there's not enough jobs, a lot of jobs are outsourced now. AI is going to take over a lot of jobs. Why would you bring more people in to compete? Because they're not bringing like Elon Musk type people here.
No,
they're bringing mostly like low wage workers that bring down the cost of everything else, or they're drained on the system.
Did you? I heard something. I had no idea because a lot of you guys knew I was born in Illinois, but I was basically I moved to Colorado when I was 3 years old. So Colorado was home for me until I graduated college and got a corporate job. And even then I moved back. So I have a tie to Colorado. But I remember as a kid, we have the ski resorts and the people that worked at ski resorts, and we had a term, and it was kind of a funny term. It wasn't meant to insult them, but we called them ski bums.
Yeah.
Kind of like beach bums.
Yeah.
And a lot of them they're guys that, they're young guys that would be ski instructors, and probably when they're not doing that, they're smoking pot or something, but they're partying. But, they've replaced all those people with H-1Bs now in the ski resort areas.
Really?
Yes. And it's because they're complaining about Trump and, some of his restrictions. They can't get enough like Indians to do all that type of work. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
And they're not hiring the local people in Colorado. And I like how they're trying to do some, finally looking at the H-1Bs. But they need to eliminate it because right now, we just got to study it. No, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I don't want the people here. And most of them are liars. They lie on their
credentials.
And
if they did need these jobs, if there weren't enough, which I don't believe, but if there weren't, can't you just train people that already live here?
That's how we used
I'd
to
be
do
happy to be trained. I know people that would love to have opportunities like that, but they don't want to do that anymore. They just don't give a shit because they can get basically it's slave labor.
It is. And I'll tell you, and that's another issue. You brought up a great point, Sacha, that I read about it, is corporations no longer take on young people and trade them.
No, so, isn't that how you kind of got? You have a degree,
I got on with EDS with Rosh Perot, and he would hire people with any college degree, even if you're a music major or whatever. He didn't really care. And he would hire you on, and they would train you in their program. That was a tough training program. A lot of people washed out. But if you had the aptitude and made it through it, they would train you and invest in you. Mm-hmm. So you get young people out of college. Because it's not fair. There's a catch-22, which people get out of college and they're like, we want you to have 10 years of Java experience. Like, well, how they're going to do that? They're 20 years old, you know?
Shit, they do that even for janitorial work. And they're like, well, you have to have at least 3 years of experience. And it's like, well, how are you going to get experience if no one will give you? And it's not that complicated. People can learn how to do it. It's not brain surgery.
So we're not investing in our young people because we don't have a sense of nationhood, or at least a lot of people, because Indians are not my nation.
No.
Nothing against them, but they're a different nation. I want to focus on American kids. I call them kids. They're adults at that age.
Kids to us.
But what?
I said they're like kids to us.
Yeah, to us. But, you know, they're adults. But young adults, I want to focus on them and train them. And it's a really screwed position for them now. So let's take a average young guy, say a young white guy. You do everything right. You get, let's say, a 4.0 even in college and everything. And you take on all the student debt. And then you're trying to get a job, and all these corporations are like, you know, they want all this experience that you don't have, and they're not going to get entry-level people because they just get Indians on H-1B visas.
Right.
So then you're having to work, let's say at Starbucks, you have all the student loan debt to pay, and then the housing is unaffordable. You can't live on your own. You have to have multiple roommates, or you can't then, it's hard to start a family. It's really a horrible situation.
I know so many people that are even my age or younger that have multiple roommates. I know a lady at my work, she has like 5 roommates. She's my age. And it's like, or you have to live with a parent. Like my friend Brandon lives with his mom because she has a home. But I mean, it's just really rough on people nowadays. And you're the only person I know really that owns a home.
So many people, they have such a disconnect on that, or at least Trump did, that a lot of young people, they're not booming in this economy.
No.
And the idea that Trump was saying this is a golden age, everything is great.
Golden age for who?
Yeah. Maybe Israel supporters, but that's about it. And
Rich Mountains gave a super chat.
Oh, okay. Let me look
at it. It's like for $50.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I'll do the PPP and Worski, $50.
Yeah, thank you. Is Venezuela up to grabs? Sacha looks great. Go Ramsey. Yeah, she always looks great, but I think her outfit's just really cute tonight. I agree with you on that.
Well, we haven't done a show since I got my eye surgery.
Yeah, and actually, I can see perfect without my glasses. It's just when I look at the computer, I need reading glasses. Mm-hmm. But at distance, I
can still read it, but readers help a little bit. I can read it better from far away now than if I was close to it.
That was a question he had about Venezuela. How did this get turned off here?
Wasn't that Marco Rubio that was trying to push that shit?
Yes.
I don't trust that guy. I mean, to be honest, I don't trust any of these people.
He's a neocon. He knows how to talk the MAGA talking points.
I keep hearing they're like, oh, Vance is going to be VP and Marco's going to be, or Vance will be president and Rubio will be his VP. And it's like a good way to get people to not vote for shady. I mean, I don't think it would matter that much, but they're going to lose it if they keep on.
Oh, guess who threw his name out? He's thinking about running.
Republican or Democrat?
Republican.
He's thinking about running. It's not Ben Shapiro, is it?
No, it's the former vice president.
Kamala? Oh no, you said Republican.
Yeah.
Who the hell was the last vice president? Republican.
Pence.
Oh no. He already ran. And he got stomped into the ground. Remember, he had to drop out. Yeah,
Pence has no chance.
No. He's part of the old school nobody wants.
Pence is a guy that's like stuck in his, I always think of Z-Man, these is some of his phrases, but he's like stuck in 1985.
Yeah.
He really is. He even wears the red ties.
Yeah.
And I think he still thinks the Soviet Union exists. He's really weird.
I like red ties though.
Yeah, he's a definite Israel firster.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. And it just,
he's just a polished.
There's no way someone like Pence could run because half the GOP base, including myself, I wouldn't vote for him.
I wouldn't either.
So it's like,
who would they get? Like a few.
I'm almost getting to the point that if you're kissing the wall, I'm not going to vote for you.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
So stay home on election day.
I'm almost getting to that point.
I mean, like
if you can't put America first, fuck off. I don't really care about this. And so Rich asked about Venezuela. Now, the good news is Trump, and that Trump's always can recover because Trump, he doesn't really have strong principles on anything. So he can adjust pretty quick. And I think he's trying to now. to focus now on domestic because he's had a wake-up call that he's not as popular as he thought. And Venezuela, I think they were really going to try to do a coup in Venezuela. But I think now Trump has seen how unpopular all this neocon bullshit is.
Mhm.
I don't think he's going to attack Venezuela anymore. I think that's been pulled off
I
the
hope
table.
not.
So that's the good news. So no, I don't think Venezuela's going to go. So.
Oh, Zoom Gadget gave a chat as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you want me to read it?
Yeah, to Sacha.
To Sacha, they import future voters. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They don't really care about destroying the country. I feel like the country's already kind of destroyed, to be honest. It's never going to be what it was, even when we were growing up.
Well, I wish people would have listened to people like Pat Buchanan, Ross Perot, and even myself years ago. And now they're saying we were right, but it's hard now to unwind it.
We remember that thing where Mark Levin was yelling about Tucker, and he said, "We canceled Pat Buchanan. We canceled." He was talking about canceling all that. He said Joe Sober, and I thought, oh, all the people that were good for America are the people you guys stopped a voice from. Yeah. Because they didn't want us to import all these third world people, I guess. K-Max. Yeah, K-Max. Rowhouse, I mean. Here's one, K-Max on YouTube. Oh, okay, got Rowhouse. Do you want me to read this one first? Yeah, let's do that one. When too many online commentators give Trump too much cult-like praise, I say he shows the erratic nature to change his mind every 24 hours. This is why you like J.D. Vance or DeSantis, more stability. Well, Trump has always been easily influenced by the people around him. Yeah, he does. Wasn't Ann Coulter said he goes along with the last person he talked to? Will you answer this? I'm going to get some more water. Yeah. This was empty and I'm dying of thirst. Yeah, so to answer your question, yes, Trump isn't a real ideologue, and that can be a good thing, but then it can be a bad thing because he doesn't really have very strong positions and he can flip-flop. And we saw that recently with this year in the Russia-Ukraine war. Remember, he's going to solve it day one. And at first, it looked like he was just going to pull out of it. And then he talked to Zelensky and the Europeans, and he was all on board. Then Putin talked to him, and then he flipped the other way. Then Zelensky and them talked to him, lied to him, and he flipped the other way. So that's an example of how I think he has been fairly erratic. And I think J.D. Vance is actually stronger that way. And another point, and I don't want to criticize Trump for this too much, but once you get to be about the age of 80, is Trump 79? So you get the point you're really slowing down. And I think Trump is slowing down a little bit. What did you say, 80? Yeah. Most people are dead by 80. I found out this week 2 people I know that I was close to in the past died, and I didn't even know because I hadn't seen them. My uncle died, and then this other person I know died, and they weren't even that old. You only have I looked it up, about a 90% chance in America to get to 60, about a 70% chance to get to 70, and you only have about a 50% chance to get to 80. And 90 is like a 20% chance, and 100 less than 1% chance. So, yeah, he is getting, he's 50-50, even getting to 80. So, but, he's rich, has good care, but still. Right. Most people in his bracket will die in their 80s. Yeah, my dad didn't make it to 80. My mom didn't either. My mom didn't either. So my dad got to 88, but yeah. So, yeah, I do prefer J.D. Vance at this point. And I'm the point. I don't really trust any of them, though. I don't know. I just don't think things are really going to change. All right. Yeah. And Rowhouse has this thing about this clip about Megyn Kelly and free speech. I know you don't have your headphones on. I think one of mine is broken. So let me just leave this doing it here. I need to get a new one. Just turn it up where I can hear it. Yeah, I will. I'm going to share the screen so they can see it. The audience can hear it.
A debate about
put this in here.
I should have
about whether the Daily
Maybe this works. Try this, see if you can hear.
Wire is pro free speech. The accusation is you are until it comes to Israel. How do you respond?
We have a wide variety of positions on Israel right now inside the Daily Wire. Matt Walsh, obviously, is another one of the hosts at the Daily Wire. He and I wildly disagree about what America's Israel policy should be. Matt is much more isolationist. He basically believes the United States has no real interests in the Middle East, and thus the United States should not be providing material support to anyone, including the state of Israel. The Daily Wire is a publisher, not a platform. I would never call for anyone to be ousted from an actual platform, X, YouTube. I even people who are, I think, absolutely horrific human beings. I've never called for any of them to be ousted. In fact, I've called for them to have their accounts restored if they've been banned. That's not the same thing when it comes to publishers. Publishers obviously have to decide what sort of things they wish to pay for the publication of. And when it comes to hosts and publishers, parting ways, obviously there'll be a non-meeting of the minds. That's pretty much all I can say on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about that. He's right about that, but he's trying to he got upset with Tucker because Tucker
platformed Fuentes.
Right. And so they want to basically blackball Tucker is basically what he's trying to do. So yeah, thank you for that.
I'm surprised Megan asked him that though. Good for her for even asking him about that, because I know she's friends with him, and sometimes you don't want to go too hard on your friends.
I think the whole Israel thing, though, is I know the ADL plans to further double down and censor more people like on YouTube and so forth, because sadly, most of the political censorship now is Jewish groups. And I don't think it should be anyone, but why is it not Christian groups? It's,
right.
But instead it's a Jewish group censor. And they are, I told you that guy used to watch, Zoomer Historian was banned on YouTube, and he never did anything bad.
Why did he get banned?
I guess he didn't like, because he talked about history and like World War II in a way they didn't like. Nothing about Holocaust denial, just about, you have to, the Nazis are monsters. You have to have that line, otherwise they ban you. So, so the censorship, I'd hope, is getting better, but I think they're really going to try to double down, because that's all they know to do is to try to blackmail and threaten people.
I guess is it TP USA that's going to have, they're going to have Tucker and Mark Levin, and they asked Tucker if he would debate Mark Levin, and he said, yeah, I would love to. And he messaged Mark Levin, and he got all hostile and was yelling and like, I wouldn't with this anti-Semitic, or, I wouldn't be on a stage with him. And he was just going irate. So it's like, even the things they say they stand for, they really don't.
No.
Like, he's not really, but why not debate him then? If his ideas are so horrible, it's almost like the cat's out of the bag now. Like, everybody's kind of on to what's going on, or at least people that follow politics are.
Yeah. I think the people that are still stuck in the whole Israel thing are obviously some Jews.
They're paid.
Or
Christian Zionists.
Or Christian Zionists, but they're mostly older.
So do you think Ted Cruz, he probably gets paid too.
Yes,
do you think he really believes that shit though? Or is it just because he gets paid? I think he really believes it.
Yeah, that's always a question. Are people cynical? They're just getting the money, or do they do
some of them, I'm sure are.
Some are both, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know. It is interesting, but that's, this is not new. The National Review in the 70s and the 80s went through this with Joe Sobran and Sam Francis.
Yeah, because that's what Levin was talking about, how they canceled them. That's what he meant.
Right.
So what did he talk about? Like Joe Sobran, did he talk
just a question the same? Why should always we fund Israel and everything?
Well, and so they cancel him just for asking that.
They're very protective of their ethno state, and I think a lot of people are getting tired of that. So either can be America first or Israel first. You can't be both.
Right.
And you just got to put down where you are. And someone like Levin and Shapiro are obviously Israel first.
Why don't they just go live there? They're both rich.
A good point.
They could afford it. Why are you here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Shapiro speaks, do they speak Yiddish or Arabic, or I'm not sure, what do they speak over there?
Well, one girl, remember we were listening to that? I forget her name, but she asked that. She's not even real radical. She just asked one of these people, why don't you just live in Israel? You just love it so much.
Oh, that was that Brett Cooper.
Oh,
she used to work for the Daily Wire, which is, it's funny, all these
now
people
they're trying to
leave the
destroy
Daily Wire.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like a young girl.
Yeah, and it's it's just an obvious question, but it's kind of true. oh, you're doing a canard and a trope.
I know, and then they
It's
all
like,
went after Ted Cruz, went after
Yeah.
her, and all these people. It's like, guys, calm down.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so it just gets so tiresome.
it is. But that's
It like
where
it hurts my mind even thinking about it, just how stupid people are. And the people that still defend it, I just don't know how you can.
I don't know either.
Your brain has to be broken at this point if you're still like thinking we should give money to Israel over America.
Well, I don't care if people want to personally give money to
Yeah,
Israel. That
that's
should
great.
be the
Do
point.
it yourself.
Just
Send
do it
your money
yourself,
over
or
there.
if you want to go fight to Israel, get a rifle and go over there. Why not?
Yeah,
right?
they could probably use
don't
the
get
help.
us involved.
Yeah.
And
You go die for their country. Leave us alone.
yeah, it's well, and also messes with our country, just the foreign influence.
It does.
And they go, they're Americans, so no, they're dual citizens. So, I mean, let's just put this
I
reality.
think they shouldn't have dual citizens. I don't believe in that. You either pick
That's
a
like
lane.
with AIPAC. They go, oh, that's not a foreign lobby. They're Americans. Like, yeah, they're dual citizens.
Yeah, no,
right,
they're
Americans,
a foreign
right?
lobby.
Yeah, who you're fooling there.
Right.
So part of that, I think the elections, we talk about this a little bit. I think in a way you can overreact to these elections because these elections, like, were mostly already in blue areas. So the Republicans weren't going to win New York City, obviously.
No.
or
Oh,
New
it's
Jersey.
funny. They were trying to blame that on Tucker as well. Did you say Ben Shapiro was
Really?
trying to blame Mundami or whatever the hell his name is on winning? Because he only talked about on his show like a couple times.
Oh, geez.
And he talked with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they said the reason, or this isn't the reason he won, it's because of immigration and leftist women. But they said that he came over, and they said, are you going to kiss or go over to Israel
Right.
on a trip? And he's like, no, I'm going to stay in New York
Right.
and deal with the problems here.
Right.
And so Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene were like, yeah, that's the right answer. And so Shapiro was like, that's all he said about it. And he didn't go after Mundami at all. And it's like, they were going to vote for some radical anyway. It's not Tucker's fault.
And it's so stupid. Like Trump was saying, oh, Mamdani is this horrible anti-Semite. And everyone's like, what has he said that's really anti-Semitic? Not that I think that should be a deal breaker anyway, because that's an anti-white term. But all he said is, I don't have to go to Israel. I could talk to Jews in New York City here at their synagogues in the city.
Yeah.
Why do I should go to Israel? And that caused him to melt down to say he's anti-Semite. But
he did say stuff anti-white.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't hear him saying shit about that.
No.
They weren't upset about that when he said he was going to tax white people more and all this stuff. And it's like, good luck. I bet a lot of the white people that have money are going to freaking leave.
Yeah. And it's always just one way. It's like Ben Shapiro and all those types expect white people to police our own and to try to to police our own. But recently there's a article like The Economist, some Jewish guy was talking about how it's horrible that there could be more white babies. He called it what did he call that there? Let me just
But they would never say that about anybody else.
Yeah, he called it I want to get this right because it's just like crazy. Maybe you could just call it horrible. Insidious. Claims that white babies is insidious, and he's saying that is horrible. And
is this, a Jewish guy?
Well, it was at The Economist. I didn't know because I didn't look up, but in my mind I thought, oh, I bet he's Jewish, right?
Was he?
And yes, they found it. But my point is, where's the ADL? Where are all the Jewish people demanding that this guy get canceled? And
they don't care.
No. So
only when it's about their group.
No. So when one of their group does this, it's like, no, how are we responsible? Oh, it's not us. We're all different. But when it's someone like Tucker, we all got to condemn Tucker.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
And Tucker didn't even say anything wrong. I don't think Tucker said anything bad.
Yeah.
In fact, Tucker could be more radical as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
He's not radical enough.
Yeah. It was, he was just trying to, I guess, because he just interviewed and allowed Nick to talk.
Well, if he'd have been rude to him, he probably would have left.
Right.
He probably wanted to be able to talk to him without being, going in just.
Well, as Tucker said, he got the same criticism about Putin because he just interviewed him, wasn't trying to be a prosecutor. Whereas the left believes if you interview people they consider outside the pale, whatever positions that they don't want, that you can, but you have to be very aggressive and be attacking them. That's
Right.
how it has to work. So, yeah, that was it. Yeah, Mom Donnie though. So but I think there is a strain. I guess Trump was at the Washington Commanders football game, and he thought he'd be real popular there, but he was booed.
Really?
Yes. So I think Trump is he's going to have to recalibrate.
Wait, no, where was he? What game was he at?
It's a football game. They're used to be called the Redskins, but now they're the Commanders. Washington Commanders is a football game. He went there.
But isn't that more like left-wing territory though too?
Well, usually the football crowds always cheered him though, So I don't know. So I think some of that, I don't think Trump is that popular now
No,
as he
he's
thinks he
not.
is. And
He could flip it around though. I mean,
he
still got
could.
time.
And again, I don't regret voting for him. I just hope he gets back on track with MAGA and starts to look at things that really care about Americans and get the focus off Israel, Ukraine, and Iran, and
But not that
Venezuela,
all.
and everything else. What are you saying?
Oh, Buddy, he was like making noise, scratching.
Oh, yeah.
See, Benji's in his cage, so now Buddy's got
all
act up.
all the cats are in here. So I guess just to kind of just recap, the good news is the government shutdown happened, and we'll see what happens with that. But
I'm glad it's done because now we can travel.
yeah, it was causing a lot of issues.
I think it should be that like airport security. I don't see why private people can't do that anyway. It'd probably be better.
Well, because after 9/11, they go, "Oh, the private security was fault," but yeah.
Like
Yes.
you can really trust our government
Yeah.
either.
So
Did you get all the rumbles? Because K-Max, I think, said he had one over there. I don't know if
oh,
you
we
read
did. We
it.
got a $5 one for K-Max. Thank you, K-Max. I appreciate that. Here it is.
Thank you.
Tucker's great response to those that should have yelled at Fuentes. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, I think I've seen this one, but we'll show this.
Oh, is this the one where he says, "Get your own podcast"?
Yeah, you've seen this, haven't you?
Mhm.
Let me play it to the audience if you want to listen to it again.
Sure, that's probably what it was.
Said a long list of very vile things.
Big time, including attacking my dad, which was the most vile of all, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I personally have watched videos of him questioning the Holocaust.
Why should questioning the Holocaust be a vile thing? It's just a historical event.
Likening it to baking cookies in the oven. And
Oh, he was just saying.
I saw the clip. It was actually kind of funny.
He was just saying the math didn't work
right.
out.
there's no way you could have gotten to 6 million, seems to be his theory. He seems to think that we've way overstated the number of Jews killed in the Holocaust. He's ripped on poor Usha Vance in the most offensive terms, which I mean, so what do you say to those people? Say, why didn't you raise any of that?
Do your own interview the way that you want to do it. You're not my editor. Buzz off. I mean, I don't know. You want to go yell at Nick Fuentes? I'll give you his cell. Call him and go sit and yell at him and feel virtuous or whatever. That's up to you. I got the same thing with Putin. Why aren't you yelling at him? Okay, why? So I can show that I'm a good person? I care about what my wife thinks, my children think, and God thinks, and that's it. I don't need to prove that I'm a good person to you. You may think I'm a terrible person. Okay, I'm just doing my thing, which is I want to understand what people think, and I'm committed to that. And if you don't like it, don't watch. That's my view.
Yeah, that's
it's
always
true.
been my philosophy too. But a lot of groups like the ADL, they don't believe that. They believe if they don't like it, they just want to censor
Right.
and prevent you from listening. So they want to act like the middleman, saying, if I want to speak to someone in the audience, they want to jump and say, no, you don't have a right to speak to them.
Yeah.
Very un-American. And
I think it's so funny though that now that this is getting mainstream attention, like Nick's Cookie Monster joke and questioning the Holocaust, it might put some seeds in people's heads that are in the audience, like, hey, why can't you talk about the Holocaust? Like people that might not have thought about these things before.
Or why was the 6 million number used like 30 times in history?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a fair question. It was used in World War I too, that 6 million Jews were dying. So interesting. So, but no, that's off limit. And as I've said, once you can't research or question an event, it's no longer history. It becomes a religious thing.
Yeah.
And it's not, so then we have heresy laws and all that. So it is crazy. I think why it's so sacred though is again because if you criticize with us, you're going to kill us like the Holocaust, so you're not allowed to criticize us.
Yeah.
And it's obviously an emotional.
But it's
blackmail.
okay for them to talk all this shit about whites or their groups.
Right.
And,
well, because they would say, "Oh, you shouldn't even use identity politics." What do you mean by white?
It's amazing people can't see the double standard anymore.
But Ben Shapiro was all about his identity, but we're not allowed to have an identity.
Do you think a lot of his views are bots? Who the hell still listens to him?
No, I think he was just real promoted over the years by YouTube.
I wonder if Matt Walsh is going to quit at some point. It seems like how much longer can you stay there?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Well,
because he wouldn't disavow Tucker.
As Jesus said, "What does light have communion with darkness?" Meaning, you can only be around people that are just so opposed to you.
Well, he's popular enough. He could be like Candace Owens or Tucker or Megyn Kelly.
Yeah, he could definitely. So,
just take your audience with you, and you probably get more money.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have to give the Daily Wire a cut of whatever you make.
Last rant here, but the new CBS run by Barry Weiss featured this right away. So let's see what they are doing here. Okay, this is a.
Excuse me.
EDL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt says he wants the GOP and Trump to weigh in on Tucker Carlson's repellent interview with Nick Fuentes. So he wants Trump to
disavow or something.
Right. It's just ridiculous. And again, this is un-American. And people are tired.
Well, like Megyn Kelly was saying, Diane Sawyer interviewed Jeffrey Dahmer. Mm-hmm. This whole, you can't give people a platform, which is so stupid. It's just people talking. And it's like, we used to do that all the time. That's what talk shows in the 80s and 90s were. Getting like crazy people up and interviewing them, or serial killers, or, just criminals in general. So why can't you talk to somebody that didn't even commit a crime?
Yeah.
Just because they disagree with you.
Because they can't defend their positions. So they just try to shut people down. That's what it comes down to. So, that is definitely part of it. All right. Well, that's basically all I had. Do you have anything else, Sacha? Or?
No, I guess not. Well, we talked about politics. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I know.
Gone to see a million movies, and that's usually what it is. But I guess more people like politics.
People get more into politics, but we can talk movies too. So. All right, guys. Well,
that's it.
Yeah, thank you guys all for being here. We'll try to get back doing these some more. They're kind of fun. I miss them. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.